Dear all, thank you so much for coming in person for this lecture. And thank you so much for all the persons who cannot join us in person, but joining us online. Thank you so much. Today, we're very honored to have a very good friend of Vermont Graduate School. I prepared actually a whole bio with so many titles of his and with so many awards and so many successful stories. However, he said, let's save time for the lecture. I'll present it. Okay, now let's give the floor to Derek Haoyang Li. Thank you.
Thank you for coming with so short notice, and you haven't known me at all before, and really thank you to hear from me. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have co-founded two IPO company. One is in Hong Kong stock market, and another is in Shanghai stock market with a capital value of $2 billion. And recent 10 years, I devoted in Squirrel AI Learning. This is my third company. We use AI to build a virtual tutor to teach a student interactively. And now we already have $300 million revenue last year, and we have more than 20 million registered students. And yeah, we have helped them to get the best quality of the teachers. So using AI is an amazing thing, especially recently we all know like GPT, the transformer, the large model, the new technology behind it make huge change in AI area and the wisdom of AI. So today I will speak my idea of how this AI technology could change the law industry, and because it's almost the same, you know, the teacher, the lawyer, and the doctor, they are the, you know, very different career. Which career is very hard for AI to crack? Is what I said. If you find a career that the people have 3 years experience are different from 30 years experience. So that's a hard career for AI, right? And if in that career, people for 30 years experience, 100 of such people and their abilities are different, are quite different. So that's hard for AI, right? But for the other, you know, very easy career, it will be replaced by AI very soon. In 3 years, in 5 years, it will be replaced by AI. But still in education, in medical industry, in law industry, the huge change is coming because of the new improve of AI technology. So that's what I will give my idea to all of you. Richard Susskind, who believes that the evolve of AI means that the pricing of legal service will go from high to low, from hourly billing to fixed fees, and then to commoditized pricing to even zero. It's horrible, right? But he's not nobody. He's not, you know, like Donald Trump can say anything, whether you believe it or not. He's really a professor in Oxford University, advisor for UK government, and chair of Computer and Law Association. He's been doing that for decades. And another book, if you want to read, I recommend most is the Civilization 2030. It's called There Will Be a Structural Collapse in Law Industry. It means all the role of us in this industry will change. We will be not like what we are now. We have to change our role, change our ability, change what we view the world, view the career. and then to fit into it. And this book is written by Benjamin Larry, and it's really worth reading. And this is by Goldman Sachs, and this one means only less than 10% of automation, the career replaced by AI. But the green one means more than 50% likely replacement. Yeah, and the legal, have no orange one, and the biggest green one is in there. So I was just selected last month as chair of the Large Language Model Standard Group for AI education of IEEE. So I will lead a bunch of scientists to build the AI large model for education, the standard for the world together. So I know something about this. So although I'm not a AI scientist, but when I was young, I won the first prize in the awesome Olympic Games. So I know math and also the AI technology employment in China, which I will show, is going very quick. In China, like highways and the speed train, and also the virtual payment is much more convenient even than US and Europe. So for the technology to grow really fast, so some courts have used AI to review 70% of this, I'm sorry, I don't know the conclusion of the judge. Yeah. And also a lot of Chinese university law schools, they build the law app by large language model. So this one is by Zhejiang University. They use large language model to have launched. The Peking University team released a big model, chat law. Later I will illustrate what chat law do. They will chat with you to answer all kinds of law questions about law. Yeah. So Shandong University released another big model called Confucius. And also in US, Price Waterhouse have signed a 12-month contract with Harvey. Harvey is a hot star. Yeah, later I will also explain what he do in US. And Harvey was invested by OpenAI. So that's the Westlaw, a very old and traditional system, already always also was developed by West Publishing, and the student in Toronto, University of Toronto, had developed the first robotic lawyer, Ross. Before the large language model, the chatting machine, the robot lawyer, robot anything, are kind of stupid, right? Like Siri. At the beginning, you think it's interesting, but later by later, it seems dumb, right? Like 6 years old, or even worse. But with large language model, it's quite different. I will tell why that will happen. And also, this Association for Artificial Intelligence and Law was founded already 30 years before, dedicated to doing that. And they have 10 themes. And before this large language model, it is very hard to use AI to give legal reasoning. The reasoning is very hard. They just editing things for you, right? Before, AI just found something you ask, found the answer that is already there in some document, right? And give that sentence or that document to you. So it's just like cited something. But now it could digest, it could reasoning, and give you its opinion it may not be right, but it will give you an opinion, right? So it cracks the reasoning. And also, what I want to mention is the nice. For the minor law issues and the repetitive law tasks, that will be very easy solved by the AI law system. I mean, maybe by 1 or 2 years. Yeah, so most of the lawyers who are doing very easy things, who are at the bottom of this chain, will be replaced first, because it's very easy. It's a structural thing. It's very easy for AI to conquer. And the architecture of the large language model, so that's what I want to see. The first thing is embeddings. Embeddings is what we can understand as the AI's understanding of the spirit of something in the law area. So it's like some symbols, yeah, they extract. So by, ChatGPT is not built for law. So sometimes if you use it, it may not be so good. But now, what I said, some companies and some universities, they are building legal large model. So for legal large model, they will use special embeddings. So that means before, ChatGPT is like a huge library, right? And the legal exclusive embeddings is like what we taught in law school. So if we give such special embeddings in this area, we will make the ChatGPT, the large language model, much more better and precise than what we meant now. So this is the embedding. And also, we heard a word of pre-trained, right? From GPT, the P is pre-trained. Why GPT is so smart? It is because it's pre-trained. What mean by pre-trained? And also we heard, what we call large model. Before, usually the AI model has 1 million parameters. That is huge, already huge. But now, large language model have 10 billion parameters. But what does it mean, parameters, right? I can explain it like if we have a steak, we will have different parameters, right? The percent of how it cooks, medium, well done, raw, right? And the parameter of salt, how many salt you will put it in, and the parameter of the fat percent of the meat, right? Like in Japan, it's more fat, better, and all kinds of these things, right? Pepper, we have different parameters. So AI is building a model to test all kinds of parameters, to match each other. So they have maybe 1 million results of the combination, and you feel which one suits you best, right? So that is parameters. But for cooking a steak is quite easy, right? For, ChatGPT to talk is hard, right? Talk like a human is hard. So how to make, actually, talk like a real people is kind of find out the right parameter of words, right? How you put words sequentially, right? One after another, right? That's not so hard, but it has all kinds of change, right? By one subject, different people will have different sentences to describe that, right? And different people have different style, like from Mark Twain to Virginia Woolf. They have different tunes, right? So that's a different parameter of the sequence of words they choose. So for that, we need more parameter. If we have more parameters, even most of the parameters are very ridiculous, Like when we let AI to do cooking, they will do some stupid parameters. We can imagine, right? Very stupid one. But later by later, they will find out which one is right and good. So what OpenAI do is like sentence completion. Before they use very good materials like from Mark Twain, from Virginia Woolf, from New York Times, and New York Times, who are suing OpenAI now for using their material. They use this material and they give a blank for some of the words away, and for AI to see if they can get the right parameter to make the right sentence, right? To make the best sentence. And later by this pre-training, it performed better and better. Yeah, it found the right parameter, and they found a different parameter of different, writers, right? The tune of writers. So for image, they can imitate the drawing of Picasso style, the Dali style, the Van Gogh style. So because they decode the parameter, decode that. Although it is very sophisticated, but they try billions of ways, right? So if they can try so many ways, they will at last find the right way to go, right? To go where they want to go. So that's why large language model have made such big change, because of the very huge amount of the parameters. So they do. But for even it is very large, it has its shortcomings because it has to train a lot, right? And waste a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of computing power, and also because it has to be pre-trained to find the right thing. It has no contemporary message, right? Contemporary message. So to make it better in law area, so we need another thing to combine with the large language model together. Is called retrieval. What mean by retrieval is we combine the contemporary things and the very maybe some very rigid materials. Yeah, we combine this material, but this rigid materials coming from the domain is very precise. Yeah, more precise, because we know since the large language model can answer everything, so it's like people who talk too much, right? Some people who talk too much will not be so logic, right? May not. Sometimes it just it can answer any question, right? But actually we cannot answer any question, right? So to solve that problem, we will have another pool of knowledge, to retrieve together and compared with the outcome of the large language model, and to combine together and to see which one's better, and to compare each other, and then we choose the best one to give out to make it much better. So that's why in this part, we will need reliable legal basis, the legal terms extraction, legal relationship analysis, LLM, and the legal article analysis and retrieval, and case analysis. We use the materials in this area, not only the large language model, not only GPT. So it will perform much more better. And there's a new word called AI agent. So in this recent years, the AI evolved really fast. Agent is a new thing. I think some of you may have heard of it, right? The agent is really smart and it's remarkable, but what is agent? What is agent? I can explain agent like, it's like a special task force. You have, like you have a sniper, there. Yeah, you have a spy, you have a technical supporting man, and maybe you have other people who have different roles. So I believe in 1 or 2 years, we will not use our phones so much by our finger, because we will have several agents. This agent is like you have more assistant, yeah, than best had. One is will looking out for the direction for you, where to go, and one is your travel advisor, and he will plan a travel for you, and another will call the takeaway and book the restaurant for you, and another will summarize, help you summarize like what I have the speech and anything. So different agent will be trained in special area, yeah, and special for you. So in this law domain, different agents will do different things. They will do different things. They are very good at one part of these things. One, maybe look at the contract with you, compare your contract with other, the contract from other company, although it will be privacy risk. And another will write a brief for you, and you can ask this brief writing agent to use any style of presentation, like the style of different very famous lawyers, yeah, you like. They will imitate that and give that brief to you. Yeah. So different agent will do different things, and you can even have the agent, AI agent, to talk with each other. Yeah, they could use the material other provide, and they could argue with each other, which is good, which is best. Yeah. For example, if you are a lawyer, you will have an assistant to look at the contract where you miss something, right? But you cannot ask him to look at for 10 times. He will be bored, or even lose temper, right? Or cheat you. But you can have the AI agent to look again and again, right? Like 100 times. And they will give, it will give you different answer. Yeah. You can try GPT. You ask the same question again and again, yeah. By different sentences, they will give you different answer. So you can have another agent that's higher ranking to reveal all the 100, right? The conclusion, and to eliminate the repetition, right? And find out which one is right and which one is wrong, and then give the final result to you. So you can have different agents to do different things for you, yeah, in like 1 or 2 years. And agent is now booming very fast. So also in Squirrel AI, we are building different agents to do different things, yeah. And to one, maybe to understand the student, one is will examine the knowledge graph, and one interact with the student, yeah. And sometimes they talk with each other, and a multimodal agent who look at the student face, yeah, to see whether he's tired or he's bored, yeah, to understand that, right? Because the facial recognition agent are different with the large language model agent, right? It's different. So all these agents can work together, yeah, to give the student the right, what's next to do decision together. Also, why this large legal model can have reasoning ability? Because they have digest a lot, right? They can digest much more than human do, right, in your entire life. I always describe the AI as like a vampire, right? It's like he can live for thousands of years and read all of the things and experience all kinds of the customers and users and understand more and more they do not understand. So at last they will, like God, and know everything, right? So they can digest thousands of these things and they will make logic in it. So why ChatGPT is so good? Because the large language model is very good at what I call the dark logic, right? For human, we use logic to do a lot of things, but some of the things are dark logic, right? How to be humorous. I haven't decoded by my own. I want to be more humorous, but not now, because I haven't understand this dark logic, right? The style of the painting, right? It's sometimes it's dark logic, right? Later by later, people get more and more dark logic to obvious logic, right? We then understand. But there's more and more dark logic we do not understand. But for a large model, because they have vast amount of parameters, like I said, so they can understand dark logic very well. Yeah. So that's why when they digest so many materials, they can find a lot of dark logic. For example, which judge preferred for what? Right? And their way of thinking. You may not think, your brief are not your style. It should be maybe the judge style, right? Because they have dark logic in it. Yeah, every people have a dark logic of his own or her own, right? So the AI reasoning ability can decode that. But it is still unexplanatory. We cannot explain why it is, but it's doing better and better. For example, one dark logic our Squirrel AI model find is it's quite amazing. Usually, when we taught a K-12 student, for example, in grade 6 textbook, and he cannot understand it, so we teach over and over again and getting nowhere. But when we use all the parameters, all the kind of ability of AI, we found a different way. We found we should not teach him her the knowledge of the grade 6. We may teach them some knowledge 3 years before he learned. But he just forget, right? And it is have relation with that. So among thousands of knowledge points, it will find 3 very crucial ones and let the student understand the 3 of it and then come back to the grade 6 and he can very easily understand. So we actually developed a new path of learning, right? That all the super teachers, the best teachers have known. My father is the best super teacher in China. It is the title the government gave a teacher 1 out of 3,000. Yeah. So, but he never knows that dark logic. He never used that. But now we understand by trying to understand what AI do, we understand that. Also, there's the world champion, the first ranking Go player in China called Ke Jie, who was defeated by AlphaGo. Yeah, before, and he cried. And I met Ke Jie and asked him, why you cried? He said, it's not because I was defeated by AI. It is because he used a strategy that all our Go players think is wrong. Because for thousands of years, all the best players have golden rules. And he do something obviously violate the golden rule. It should not be right. but it defeat me. Yeah, but it is right. So that's a dark logic. Yeah. So before large language model, the AlphaGo use CNN and RNN. That's a better form of neural network. They can do that, but they can do that only in very small area, like Go play, right? But in language, right, in the law or reasoning area, it has immense, possibilities. Yeah, much more than the Go playing. So that's more difficult to conquer. So that's why we need tens of even hundreds of millions of parameters. Yeah, and more training to do that. So, and also the strategy OpenAI use is like if the general population get legal consultation to interact with your legal model more and more. The OpenAI, before OpenAI, most AI model just use document summarization, case analysis, the fixed material to train, right? But for OpenAI, it's called fine-tune. It has a new strategy called fine-tune. What is fine-tune? Fine-tune is using the user's behavior, the user's feedback to make the system better, to make the AI understand more. So they use not only the the fixed, the dumb materials in the world, but it use interactive material, to understand more. Whether you are satisfied, whether you feel good, how many questions you ask to understand more and more. So by this fine-tune, it eliminated some stupid question, right? Stupid thing that make it more precise. And the third part is it use not only the user's interaction, it use called human in the loop. What is human in the loop? We all heard that OpenAI hired a lot of people to give ranking, right, to the answers, right, before they release the product, the new version. And so in this law industry, if someone is building this according to OpenAI's strategy, it will use experts, right, legal experts, to rate what the model will give you, the answers, to rate it. Also, it's very cost a lot. But if you build a really good one, it will be very trivial and cheap, like what Richard said in the first page. For example, we have already invested $150 million in R&D in Squirrel AI system. We put a lot of money in it. But now, when we giving our product to the student, to the family, when they purchase our software, it performs much better than the teachers because we have more than 100 human-teacher competition. The government have the super teachers, and they gather the student. For example, 100 students are divided to 2 groups, and 50 taught by Squirrel AI system, and another 50 taught by the super teachers, the best teachers, by 3 months or 6 months or a year long. And each of the time of this 100 contest, Squirrel AI win. So we can teach much more better than the super teachers. So, if you have a super teacher to teach your kid, one by one, it will cost like $400 per hour. But by Squirrel AI, it costs only $4 per hour. It's 1%. Yeah, 1%. You know, my father was a super teacher, and it is a national, well-known one. And when someone invited him to give a speech, like me, he will charge like more than $1,000 per hour. So the organizer have to have more than 100 students. So each one can pay, can afford the speech. So, but now by putting so much money in the research, we can provide to like tens of thousands of students, hundreds of thousands of students by very cheap price and much more better experience, right? So although the human in the loop will cost a lot because you have to have a lot of law expert to give rating to the answer, so you have the human to train AI. Before, we think AI is very smart, right? No human involved, but now they change, so that's a third step of OpenAI, and by this method, it could be better. So now a lot of legal large model using the same strategy to make it better. So that's what I said. In this loop, we need AI experts, we need domain expertise, and the quality data. So for Squirrel AI, we are very lucky because we have do this for a lot of years, and we have data from more than 20 million students, and we have more than 10 billion learning behavior data. So we know everything, much more than the teacher's understanding of the kids. For example, for my twin boys, sometimes they will finish 1 hour homework by 3 hours, right? Because they wandering, you don't know what they are thinking. But in our system, we interact with the student like by every minute. So if you have 3 minutes wandering, we will know it, right? But sometimes you may be not wondering. You take more time than usual just to solve a very hard question, right? So that's why we use multimodal agent. So we can see in the camera what you are doing. Yeah. If you are not really thinking, we can see that, and we can give a judgment. You are not doing that. So by our system, a lot of kids have adjust their learning habit. You know, we always tell the kids you should not use 3 hours to finish 1 hour's work, right? You should concentrate and use 1 hour and put 2 hours to do anything you want, right? So you have to train to be concentrate very well. So by our system, we can train the student to be concentrate. But in a class like this, I do not know what you are thinking, right? I do not know if you understand what I'm saying, right? I do not know anything, and I cannot tell so much. Sometimes the teacher will ask questions, but only for one, right? But it's not one by one. That's more efficient. And so we have a lot of such learning behavior. And some students, they always skip our 3 minutes video, explanation video. And when they get wrong, we have explanation video, and they will skip it. And we even can judge the character of each student who is too proud of themselves, right? We can find it in the learning behavior very easily. You can tell. And also we have an AI rating, we have a self-rating, and we compare with AI rating, self-rating. And sometimes some student, he's not so confident. He always rate himself too low before the AI rating. So we can, by all of this kind of learning behavior, we can understand each of the students more than the teacher could know. So the quality data is very important because we have to extract all kinds of data, right? while learning, so we can understand more. Yeah. And since we have our own system and all the data generated from our own system, that's easier. We have heard the failure of IBM Watson. IBM put a lot of money in it, want to change the medical industry. But the Watson failed. Why? That's not because of this. IBM had very good AI experts and the domain expertise. They can have the best doctor and they cooperate with the best hospital, but they do not have this. Because each hospital have their own style of keeping data. So they do not have the same label of data. So it's very hard to understand. I knew a machine scientist there. Each hospital, they have cooperated, signed the contract to cooperate. He had to like SWAT team there to watch the data for months. Yeah, it costs a lot, even by one hospital. So we can see it's very hard to get the best data. So later I will show you some of the law app had cooperated with more than 100 law firms. So they are gathering better and better data. If they can, that is easy. And if they can get that, that will make huge change in this industry. And what AI do now, they have this area AI do has already used by 50% of the lawyer. They cooperate with the law firm. One is e-discovery is very long, right? We can get all kinds of things. But document drafting before is not good. But now the document drafting is better and better and more precise. And due diligence, the AI always, sometimes, most of the time, they can do better than the assistant, the law assistant. And for example, if you want to, if a IPO company want to acquire another private one, and they said they have very good revenue, but how do you check the revenue, whether it is real or it's just fake cash flow? So the AI could do is kind of like, if this manufacturer has this revenue, it will give how many polluted waters. So it will use how many cleaning chemicals to solve that problem. If they do not buy such amount of the chemical to clean the water, so the revenue will be wrong, right? For the lawyers and law assistants, you do not know that knowledge, but that knowledge is open knowledge. It's not private. Private data, the AI cannot get, right? But the open knowledge, he knows everything, right? The AI know everything, so they can have this reasoning, this logic, and to check where the loophole is. So by due diligence, it could do a lot better than we think now. And also transaction management, legal research, post-acquisition contract life cycle management, and pre-acquisition contract review, especially in the, for example, for us, we have more than 2,000 retailers. Each of them, we have to sign contract with them. And each of the time, the individual will bargain with our, the businessman to revise 1 or 2 or even 5 or even 10 clauses. So which one could pass? Yeah, which one we cannot allow it to pass? And from recent months, each month we will get 200 to 300 new contractors. So that's 200 to 300 new contracts to review, right? That's a huge work, right? But if you let AI to examine first, and find out which one is okay, which one is not, so that will be a lot easier, for our people, in-house lawyer, yeah, to finish that, because you know, the business, the people in the sales department always said, can you be quicker? The client is waiting, right? You take me one week. He will not sign it. He will not pay it. So it's a tension, right? There, yeah, by days. Also, we know the GPT has hallucination problem, right? The New York lawyer, you know that? You all heard of that? The lawyer in May cited fake cases. Yeah. So sometimes if the student use ChatGPT, it maybe give you a very ridiculous thing. Yeah. Sometimes it will be it made up unexistent cases and get to the court. You know, by 1 year before, if I ask the ChatGPT, do you know when and how Harry Potter beat Tyson? And he will give me a story about when and where and how. It's like you just see in TV. It will say that. But it has a lot of such hallucination problem, because what I said is too good at talking, right? Someone around you who talk too much, some of them may not be right, may not be real. Some percent of that may not be real. But now it evolved much more better. This is last night when I asked, do you know the boxing competition where Harry Potter beat Tyson? He said, Harry Potter is a fictional character. He can understand it. Yeah, he will not make the same mistake. So just 1 year, it became much more smarter. So AI evolved really fast. You know, before, when we use mechanic, it evolved very slow. It's like today's car is almost the same like 100 years before. Yeah, a little improvement. But for AI, especially for the large language model, it improved itself very quick. Yeah, faster than you can imagine. Yeah, it's this is some of the apps, and I think you can try to use it to see what it can do. The spell book is drafting. Is very good at drafting contract. When you have a template of the contract, and you can ask Spellbook to compare it with any other company's contract, if it is in the open source, and it will give you special clause you miss. It may recommend like 5 more clauses you should add in, and you can choose 1 or 2 of it to do that, and it can tell about the risk of your clause, and you can evaluate whether you want to take that risk to sign the contract. So before it can give you only other contract, you have to compare it by your own, but now it can give you the difference and the evaluation of the difference, to make it much better, And another thing, Lex McKenna, he can categorize and analyze court documents for you. It will take a lot of time save a lot of time of your assistant. And Luminous is an end-to-end platform. For most of the times, end-to-end AI platform are not performing so well because it's not vertical. So by vertical, each of the vertical area, it will not perform very good. But actually, if they invest enough money later by later at the vertical thing, when they combine together, they can understand each other more and more better. So it's a competition of them. I don't know which one will be better. It's like from the beginning, Amazon sell only books, right? And now it's a platform of everything, right? So let's see. And also the contract viewing platform, the contract life cycle management tool, because after signing the contract, you have business partner with them, so they may made a lot of mistakes, and you sometimes may give some like punishment or maybe renew or maybe reward, more reward for them. So how to manage the life cycle of the contract. And the Ironclad is one of the first to integrate GPT, and it got a lot of funding, a lot of money. And the Logic, Everlaw, Document. This one, Docker alarm, is really interesting. It will give the GPT-based summaries of the briefs. Because to do the brief is much difficult than to do the contract, right? But actually, GPT is really good at briefs, much more than the contract, because the brief has a lot of dark logic, right? So it can understand more and more, and when you train it more, especially where AI can go really good is in a very specific and structural area. Before, when I have a speech in the AI Summit in New York, I said where AI can launch and feel really good by users is to do something in a limited area, but to do with unlimited possibilities. For example, 10 years before, Elon Musk said he believed the self-driving will on-road on 5 years before, 2019. Yeah, but actually until now, it's far. It's like, and now when the reporters asked him, he said maybe 10 years or more. Why? Because autonomous driving is dealing with unlimited area, right, of unlimited possibility. But if you deal with just like in a park, yeah, driving in a park, driving in a special district, yeah, that's easier, right? Or you just do the highway auto driving, that's easier, right? Or just the parking. Right? I just, when I go to a restaurant, I do not use valet. I just let the car to drive by himself to find a parking space, right? Because it is easy. When you are in the car, sometimes the car has to drive like 40 miles or 60 miles, right? It's dangerous and it's hard. But if he just do the valet, he can drive only 10 miles per hour, right? And you will not be bored, right? You will not be bothered by that. But it's very easier for AI to control in that low speed, right? It's much, much more easier. So it's like a limited area of different unlimited possibilities. So actually, I need that function. But no car company have understand that. So it's like AlphaGo. Why it is winning human years before? Because the goal is limited, right? In the limited area. If the area is unlimited, it's hard, right? Even hard for AI. So by law area, if you do the brief only in limited situation, for example, injuries or the divorce, maybe, and so limited and structural. If you can structure all of the possibility, yeah, and the AI will do it very quick and better than human. And we can use AI alone. So that's why we do education, we do only K-12. Because the higher education is quite difficult, right? We have more than 100 subjects. And yeah, a lot of other things. But if we focus on only one subject, for example, maybe law school, that's more easier. Yeah, but for the literacy and art, that's harder, right? that's harder. So if we focus on very limited area, the AI could boom really good. Clear brief, the same thing. Brave catch, they are doing the same thing. So this different area they are doing, but this area are also too huge. For example, the due diligence is too huge. What kind of due diligence? Right? Some is really easy and some really very, very hard. And what industry? That's different. So if some APP could, some model could just focus on one part, it will become better and better. This is up, who raised a lot of money, and he do just in the injury claim field, special field, and it grow really fast and perform really better. And it cooperate with a lot of firms, more than 100 firms plus. So that's really fast and doing better. And Harvey has raised a lot of money, $100 million, and have a very good evaluation now. And the LexisNexis is doing all of these things. So at the end of the speech, I have to say that actually the change is happening in this area, and will be very quick in the future 5 years. And but by the past 5 years, 5 years before, we have more than 20,000 teachers in now contractors. Our contractors have real learning centers. They have, all our contractors have 20,000 teachers. But now, we have no teachers at all. We use only AI. It is really very, very, very huge change. It's like the machine when they come in the textile machine. When it was invented, a lot of workers lost job. And now we have someone called supervisor. The supervisor is just look after a lot of kids, care about their emotion, and not focus on any knowledge teaching. And in our learning center all over China, the student of different grade and learning different subjects, they can be one classroom. So they interact with Squirrel iPad, altogether, just a supervisor. But by 3 or 5 years, we will need only like 10 or 20% of the supervisor, because our system could talk to students. They could encourage the student, they could ask student questions, they could answer all kinds of questions, and they will supervise. The virtual AI tutor will supervise more than human, better than human. So that's the things change. But still, I think it's in the very K-12 market. It is this, but in the higher education, it's much harder. I think the teacher can use this AI tool. It's like what you taught the student. Some percent of it are just facts, right? Just textbooks. So for that thing, the AI could teach much better and very easier. And you do not need to repeat things again and again. And you just provoke the thinking, right, to analyze the discussion and do more creative things. It's like for AI, it's like in the past, we just fight with each other, right? But now you have the guns. So our ability to be a teacher should change. Before we want to kill someone, the power of muscle is very important, right? So our brain, the logic, the teaching method in our brain, that is good. The teaching skills, that is really important. And the knowledge is important. But when you have a gun, the muscle is nothing, right? The muscle is useless. But the precision of your eyes is really important. So we have to evolve to change our ability from muscle to the precision of the eye, right? But when you got AK-47, the precision of eye is not important, right? Or you get a gun who have a red dot on the, here of the, so you do not need the precision of the eye. So AI and the technology will make life actually better and better, easier and easier. Yeah, and each one can have more, like more students do more things, much better. But you have to evolve to change to use this method. Yeah, to use method. And in Beth's room before, he asked me how to deal with the student using ChatGPT. I said, maybe in a few years, we will encourage all the students to use it. Because now we train them the logic of the legal, how to write a brief. It's like training muscles. But later, training muscles is useless. So why shouldn't we train them? You all use ChatGPT, and we will see who uses it best, right? It's like from running race to a car race, right? We should not train running, right? The muscle is not important. We learn how to drive, right? Drive fast, do things better and faster, right? So I think we all should embrace AI because it really evolved fast, more faster than ever before. Before the technology evolved really slow. Yeah, when we change our mailbox, writing mail to email, it takes 15 years. 15 years we got rid of the writing letter. Yeah, but now AI could happen. What in Chinese old saying, 1 day in heaven, 1 year on earth. For AI, it's like that. The change is really fast, like in heaven. So I think we should embrace all these changes, and we should use all these kind of things. This is UNESCO asked me to give a speech at the AI education conference in September, and this forum is me with all the the Minister of Education in every country, the Chinese Minister of Education, the Finland Minister of Education. All of the people have aware of the AI change of the world of different area. This is a green paper for the each country. Squirrel AI was in it. And usually mankind is when they're facing new technology, it has 4 phases. First, unseen. Maybe some of us haven't used any AI tools, and then uncomprehending, and third, underestimated, and later will be uncatchable. So I think each of us should embrace AI and made AI like in the blood of you everywhere. And make your brain intertwined with AI together and become Iron Man and Superman. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Derek. I'm aware of the time, but we do have 6 minutes or so for questions. So if you are available and can come back to the stage. And thank you so much for making all the seemingly incomprehensible concepts of AI with all the metaphors, make it more comprehensive. So if you have any questions, all the participants, feel free.
What is the risk of potential hacking, like if you're talking about different law firms using AI, what if an opposing law firm hacks into your system and provides inaccurate information that then is used by your staff? Like, there have to be risks here. This can't be risk-free.
The risks are really high, actually. And when we use more AI, and the risk is huge. But I always said when we compare the risk of cars, it causes millions of deaths each year, right? Until now. But should we use car? Yes, we have to use car, right? We cannot live without car. And when we use the online payment, there is risk, right? Some people get money stolen, easily by the hacker. Of course, there's a lot of societies and regulations to make the risk smaller and smaller, to restrain the power of AI. But still, we have to know, we have to face all kinds of the risk. If the benefits are much more better than the risk, then we will do that.
When you're comparing using a car, or what was the other one? You said a car or something else. Those are all activities, physical activities. They're not intellect activities. So yes, we use a car because we need to get someplace faster and more efficiently. But your intellect is not something that you're necessarily going to measure. I understand the automated tasks and things like that, but when you're talking about having write a brief and try to imagine the intellect on the other side of that, isn't there just like a bunch of probabilities and predictabilities that cannot be identified?
What do you think is the biggest risk? What do you care about? Which one do you think?
I think it's really intellectual property, and also
Intellectual property,
the I guess the minimization of creativity and the induction of laziness. I'm sorry, but it just is. It's just What is driving anybody to try to exceed or go to the next level if it's all being done for you?
Intellectual property is really a problem, but it could be easily solved. For example, when internet emerged, there's a app called Napster. I forgot the name. To violate the intellectual property of the songs, right? The music companies, but then it was shut down, and the Jobs offered money to the music group, but much lower, right? Like what I said, it's much lower. So everyone can get music still paying, right? But so Netflix and, in China, there's some time you can get pirated videos everywhere. But recent 10 years, it's better and better. So the Chinese, the video website, they bought the copyright from the US. So I think that is easier. But now it really is violating the OpenAI. The New York Times is suing OpenAI because they use their materials to train to benefit themselves, right? Without paying anything. But later by later, I think it will be regulation to catch up and to make it right. But for the elimination of the creativity, I think on the contrary, actually we are, elaborate. We are saved from the repetition of teaching, of doing the very boring things, right? To look at all kinds of the cases to find out, right, which one is suitable. And all the repetitive work, we can use AI to do that. So we can do only the creative things. But of course, some of the time we will lose a little creativity. It's like muscle. We will lose some of the muscle. We do not use them so much. But still, we should use our brain because you have, it's kind of, what I say is before you have to run to carry something for others, but now you became a pilot, you seem wandering. You are not so dedicated, right? You are not working so hard, yeah, either physical or by brain. Yes, people will get relaxed, right? And taking more people to getting farther, right place. I think that will happen, yeah.
Taking the time in consideration, I'll have actually 2 questions from our virtual participants, just very briefly. So the first question is, will the AI agents be actual people, and will that provide job opportunities? And the second one, I think you will like this one. Can we use AI to teach children in areas without teachers or access to education?
For the first one, I think actually AI will challenge some people in the career, and it will provide more career opportunity, because when we get all the service price much lower, it's like what Ford do by cars, right? Before, only the rich people have the best horse, right, for transportation, right, in old times. Now, every family have the car or even 2 cars, yeah, different cars. So for legal service now is the best, the richest people have the best, right? But later, every people could have the best law service for very, small amount of money. And then we'll create a lot of new jobs. The new jobs is not like people who send letters, but it's like pilot, right? So the role of lawyers will change. Yeah, will change. And I think it will create new job opportunities, but different. Yeah, different than we think. It's not the traditional one, right? Before we have several clothes. Now someone have 100 clothes, right? We need more. Yeah, we product more. We need more. We can enjoy more. So even I believe in 10 or 20 years we can work only 1 or 2 days, and we have more productivity, and so we can get more salary. Yeah, because AI do all of these things. It's kind of like machine do all of these things to build everything for us. In the past 100 years, machine have give us better productivity, so we becoming rich, each of us, right? So AI will do that pretty fast. Yeah, but we have to change, because if you do not change and you are just in the shock of the AI, so you will lose that kind of job maybe, and not evolve to a new one. Yeah.
Yeah, so the second question is, can we use AI to teach children in areas without teachers or access to education?
Yeah, we have done that a lot. We donated 10 million account free in China for the poor families and the families in the small counties. And we have a lot of schools which is in the high mountains. They do not have teachers, because the teachers just go for several months and cannot bear the condition and go back to city. And but the Chinese government have a computer room and the Wi-Fi, the internet to every village, because the Wi-Fi company is government owned, so they can do that in China. So it's amazing. So we can use our Squirrel AI system, because we are interact every minute. We cannot use it offline, and the equipment is really good, so we can use that to the kids, and they never use that before actually, and they like it very much, and we made a lot of comparison study, and one junior high school use our for 3 months, and they got 50 points higher than the student before. So we perform really good. We can help the kids to get the better and equal. The Altman recently said, AI could give each of us the best than ever education. And I already do that in China. And we are entering the US market this year.
Well, thank you again, Derek, for the wonderful lecture. Let's give him one round of applause. Thank you. And thank you all for taking time participating in this event. And thank you all for the participants online as well. Thank you. Have a good night.